And hello, good to be with you here. I'm meteorologist Tom Kviga, starting off another week here on your Monday evening. We got a first tower cam view from Cenla Broadcasting on Texas Street in Alexandria. Is 88 degrees, dew point 67, so a little bit of humidity, but dry air is coming in pretty quickly behind the front that came through today. You might have noticed a breeze picked up just a bit. Again, this will be a decent front for us as we see a difference in temperature. Just a few clouds associated with that. It's also mostly sunny in the Leesville area. Temperature in the upper 80s as well, 87 degrees, and likewise a few little cumulus clouds. Not going to rain out of that stuff, folks. Speaking of rain, nothing on radar, just false return here in central Louisiana, kind of moving to the south, being driven, this chaff kind of being driven southward by the low-level winds. But I do want to show you something. I don't have access to Mexican radars, but I do want to show you the lightning data indicating clusters of lightning strikes there. This is indicative of some very vigorous convection, big, tall thunderstorms associated with Hurricane Milton. And of course, that kind of fuels the storm, and that's one reason it has this really deep convection associated with it, that it's so strong at this particular point. Going over toward Florida, not much happening offshore. We do see some rain there. I'll put this in motion maybe for an hour for you, and you can kind of see that this is actually kind of a little weather system out ahead of Milton that's bringing some of this rain to portions of the central and southern part of Florida and adjacent coastal waters. Let's check out the satellite and radar where we see a hurricane well to the south right now. It's going to get very close to the Yucatan landmass there tonight as it begins to turn. You see this front coming in. This is the front came through for us today, and it came through for us in a big way as it is keeping Milton suppressed to the south out of our forecast. But there is a little upper level trough which is coming in with this as well. And this will start to pick up Milton overnight tonight and into tomorrow and start moving it more on a northerly course. Right now it's been on a pretty straight easterly course for today, even east-southeast a little bit earlier today. That's turned due east, and look for an east-northeast turn for tomorrow as it begins to feel an influence from that trough and eventually a northeastward motion. So we'll outline a track here for you in just a couple of minutes. Let's come back home briefly and check out a couple of details. Back to work and school for you Tuesday morning. No issues there as we see a clear sky and no rain chances. Likewise, your PM commute coming back home. Things are looking sunny at that time. And likewise for Wednesday, no clouds as you start the day Wednesday morning for your AM commute. And throughout the day Wednesday, it looks like the sun prevails in the sky as we have a tranquil weather pattern shaping up for us. Tuesday morning lows, I'm going to do this kind of parish by parish or city by city. Typically we see 59 for the morning of October 8th, which is tomorrow morning. Record low that morning was 39 and 1899. We won't see that, but we will see 50s for the day. You'll notice the difference in the morning. It will be cooler. An average low of 56 here in Cenla. Could be as chilly as 52 on some thermometers and 60 on the highest readings. And so basically I have about a 56 here for Alexandria, Pineville, and Rapides Parish. That's just an average for the area. And again, all these are averages, even though they're kind of assigned to these specific points, parish by parish, even within the same parish, you can get some pretty strong differences in these low temperatures. So the bottom line is kind of a good start, pleasant start for you in the morning. Hurricane Leslie is a Cat 1, 80 mile per hour sustained wind. It does look like it will weaken some to a tropical storm in the coming days as it kind of takes a veer toward the northeast, kind of recurving just a bit. And of course, here are the details you've been waiting for with Milton. It is now up to a 180 mile per hour hurricane, one of the strongest in the Atlantic records, and not the strongest. So, and it again, you can see the path pretty much easterly, and then starting that turn as this trough up in the northwestern Gulf feels its influence. The trough is much bigger than a hurricane, and so it's going to have its way steering it, and it will steer it eventually to the northeast. National Hurricane Center forecast has it coming into the Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg metro area there in the evening time frame. This is about a 1 a.m. and it's very much in the Tampa metro area at that particular time or near that particular time. As a major hurricane, it will stay a hurricane as it moves across the peninsula and out into the Atlantic waters on the Atlantic side of Florida. And then it will move off to the east-northeast and kind of weaken just a tad in some of those locations. But the focus is, of course, on the west coast of Florida. And then as this drives across the Florida Peninsula, this is going to leave a trail of damage from the wind. The surge is the main concern along the coast of Florida, where there's some 15-foot storm surges expected. Now, there are two analogs that I can give you from history. One goes all the way back to 1848 when a similar major hurricane came in, I think, from this direction and kind of rearranged the coastline. After that storm, there was so much rearrangement of the coastline features that new mariners charts had to be drawn for that. Likewise, the next hurricane came in 1921. It was a major hurricane, came up just north side of the Tampa St. Petersburg metro there near Tarpon Springs. That was a damaging and deadly hurricane in that year. So once again, this year we can at least expect that. Even with our modern sophisticated evacuation and all that kind of thing, this is going to be a very high price tag associated with this one. And so Florida will brace for it as Cenla kind of bask in a tranquil weather pattern. So keep those folks in your prayers over there. Here's our 7-day forecast. Again, peaceful pattern for us. We'll see kind of warm days in the 80s for the most part. Tuesday will be the coolest day. There'll be a couple of areas that may not be able to get 80 degrees on Tuesday. We'll average about 82. And then Wednesday morning, looks like when we bottom out, I've got 52. If that happens, there will be some upper 40s in Cenla, and I'll do that for you city by city tomorrow when I do this. Sunny sky goes on through Thursday, Friday. Notice a little bit of very slow warming trend there through the area, but still remaining very comfortable in the 50s at night. Humidity will be low with this. And then Sunday, Monday, we start to pick up just a few clouds out ahead of the next little weather change, which will bring a front in here, another front on Monday, and that one looks like it's going to be a decent front as well. All right, that's it. Take care. Nick Michelus will be back with you in the morning, and I'll see you about this time tomorrow. Hope you have a terrific Tuesday.